It's news time again, and it's a new year, so it's time to reset those countdowns for the top 10 least accurate stories of 2022. Here's some entries that definitely belong on the list. Jack Sprat makes New Year's resolution to eat more fat. Chewbacca caught trying to sell C-3PO to cash for gold. And speaking of large amounts of gold, here's the latest from our construction bureau. Scrooge McDuck latest to acquire London Bridge. Most people know that when someone says, "I've got a bridge to sell you," it's time to hold on to your wallet. But that hasn't prevented tycoon Scrooge McDuck from joining the fray, becoming the latest wealthy investor to try his hand at rescuing the crumbling London Bridge. Repair crews have worked on the dilapidated span for years, unsuccessfully experimenting with every material under the sun, but the bridge keeps falling down. After multiple failures, the miserly McDuck most recently tried to build up the falling crossing with a few pins and needles, only to have his engineers then discover that pins and needles actually rust and bend, and therefore are not well suited for buttressing a bridge. McDuck acquired the bridge for a paltry $4.3 million from time-traveling sports bettor Biff Tannen last year. Biff had his own struggles with the overpass, including an effort involving iron bars that fell apart when the bars bent and broke immediately after crews attached the first F of the giant BIFF that Tannen had requested be placed on the bridge's north side. McDuck tweeted yesterday that he sent his engineers back to the drawing board and really hopes they come up with something that works before they get to that verse where he actually has to use gold and silver. We need to take a break to pay some bills. Here's a word from our sponsor.
Hello, folks. It's your old friend Phil here. You know, sports betting has swept across the nation, but I was starting to get bored, always betting Alabama football and 8-team cricket parlays. I wanted something new, but there just wasn't a site where I could bet on Gaston to KO the Beast in the third round. Until today, that is. You've heard of the Robinhood stock trading platform. Now the real Robinhood is getting into the game, launching the first sports betting app for fairy tales, Sure-Win Forest. Give up those regular sites where you bet on the rich and make yourself poor. At Sure-Win Forest, the odds are long and the payouts are huge, because you always want to bet the underdog in a fairy tale. Whether it's the tortoise getting 2.5 minutes against the hare, or Peter Pan at plus 250 over Captain Hook on the money line, Sure-Win Forest has all the wagers you need. And if you could use some help picking a winner, just sign up for Friar Tuck's Lock of the Week, and you'll be cashing in no time. Join today and claim the Little John sign-up bonus, which includes a $50 free bet that Baloo will win Dancing with the Stars. Who needs a genie when you've got Sure-Win Forest? Place those bets and make it big today.
Back here on the news on Not Your Mother's Goose, thanks to Phil for his fine work on Sure-Win Forest. I hope he's off cashing a ticket from the Mad Madam Mim versus Merlin battle in The Sword and the Stone. Talk about one where you could get some great second-half betting odds on Merlin. Now back to the news, and sports are in the headlines here too. Popeye disqualified from Olympic trials after testing positive for spinach. Quasimodo contacts Ring to inquire about new automatic bell for Notre Dame. And from the world of game shows, Guy Smiley named host of Celebrity Jeopardy. While the folks over at Jeopardy seem to have stabilized their hosting situation, settling in with Ken Jennings and Mayim Bialik for the rest of the year, one question has remained unanswered. Who will take Alex Trebek's place as host of the show's Celebrity Jeopardy specials? That answer came today as Sony Pictures announced that Guy Smiley will return to the airwaves in that role. Interim producer Michael Davies indicated that Jennings and Bialik were considered for the spot, but Smiley was deemed the perfect fit for the celeb version of the game. He said, quote, "Listen, as SNL realized, we're not exactly running a lot of nuclear physics categories here. Ken's the greatest trivia player of all time, and Mayim has a PhD in neuroscience. That's not really the niche we're looking for. But after reviewing Guy's work on The Triangle is Right, we knew he was the guy we wanted quizzing Wolf Blitzer." Smiley returns to TV after an illustrious career, including additional work on Name That Sound, What's My Letter, and Bring That Thing. He's also rumored to be in the running to take over for Pat Sajak on the next season of Celebrity Wheel of Fortune, which is currently on hiatus until showrunners decide how to downsize the alphabet from 26 letters to 5 so celebrities can learn them before taping.